And we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Adafruit Show and Tell. You got your drum beat going? Oh, that's my.
No, I was gonna drum, and I was gonna ask you, what are we doing here?
I
think you already said it. This is Adafruit Show and Tell, best place to show off your awesome DIY, electronic, 3D printing, wearables, robot projects. So I'm gonna take a few minutes to go into the community, see what everybody's working on. We're gonna start the show off with PT.
Howdy.
That's right. This week, I'm a guest on the show and tell because we're moving Ask an Engineer just to this Thursday. Sometimes we do it just once in a while. It's not permanent. Don't worry. We're going to be on Ask an Engineer tomorrow at 8 o'clock. My show and tell is not this TRS-80, which is very cool. My show and tell is if you can bring LadyAda on the screen as well. Is
not actually at the factory.
It does look like you are. I'm going to share my screen a little bit and show you all what I got here. Let's see. Can you add me now, Pedro? I can do it because I'm an admin, but I don't. Yeah, I want you to do it. Yeah, we all could control the screen. So anyways, we have a blog post that Ask an Engineer is tomorrow. And one of the reasons it's going to be tomorrow is we want to have a special info section about how do you do a security disclosure in this modern age now. And we recently just did a security disclosure. We did one on Friday. We had a former team member who accidentally put a GitHub repo public. And then as soon as we found out about it, deleted it. It's private. No information went out. At least we don't think so. And we're super transparent. We put up a post. We let our customers know, but we could have done a better job the way we did it. So we sent out emails in addition to getting out the public post. And then there's the whole Twitter world. And so as we were doing this, I'm just like, you know what? We should try to turn this into a learning experience for folks. That way, when data leaks happen or security disclosures or something. So we have a URL, adafruit.com/March 2022 disclosure. And don't worry, folks, your data didn't get out there. But we do want to tell people, because even if it didn't, it's good to know that maybe there is a chance. So if you look at our security post in our previous ones and how we do security, it got to the point where we said, well, it might be a good idea to share this with the world. So we're going to do a learn guide. We're going to have some stuff. We're going to answer your questions. And I also think that we can help people learn, like, how do you communicate this in the modern day? So we have a live show. We're very lucky. We have a big social media presence. But for maker businesses, especially, because that's part of it. A lot of people come on show and tell and they talk about their maker business. If you sell stuff online, if you do things with customer data, you've got to be really careful with it. And you also need to notify people or let people know when something does happen. So that's our show and tell this week, not the TRS-80, which is still cool. But that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So come in with your questions. And I put this in the chat. You can check out what we've been up to. We also put it on our press page. And that's what I got this week for my show and tell.
Hi.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Thanks,
so much, guys.
for joining.
Thanks for always being transparent and letting us know what's going on.
That's right.
Cool.
All right. Disappear me. Disappear us.
Okay. Woo. All right. First up, we're going to take a look at what Jay at Digikey's been working on.
Hey, it's me again. Hey. So this time,
I think I've seen. Yes.
My Hermes wing shoe design. It's a really fun build. It works by using a soft switch that I have here on the ankle, that when I press it, the wing moves up. And if I press it again, the wing goes down. Very simple builds, but one of my favorite ones thus far, just because it looks cool. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So like I've been wearing them here and there just to test them out. They're still a prototype. They're not perfect as of yet, but I'm happy with what I have so far. And it's just fun to play with. Like,
oh, it looks so cool. My kid would love these.
I've had so much fun with these. It's just, I want to make them better in the future. So I'm definitely going to come back to this project. These are the prototypes. So we'll call these the Mark 1s.
Ah, I like
Great
it.
progress.
What's the micro inside there?
I'm using an itsy bitsy, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah, and then the touch sensor here is just conductive fabric from Adafruit. So
okay.
That way when I hit my heel skin, they'll work. But
yeah.
Sweet.
Awesome. So cool. And I think you're writing this is one of the learn guides, right?
Yeah, it's one of the learn guides. The video will be coming out soon, I'm hoping, and also with the blog. So once that becomes announced, I will post it and share it on my Twitter, of course, and everyone would know. So please check it out.
Awesome. Yes, I will definitely retweet.
just let me know, because I do want to come back to this build in the future and make it better, because I have so many more ideas, but I can't stay on one build forever.
Yeah, yep. That's how it goes. You gotta move on to the next thing. But hey, the cool thing about that is next time you come back to it, you know, the processors will get smaller and faster and like all the time. Gets
I already
just
have a
smaller and
setup for
better.
it, so it'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm
Yay.
excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
All right, Jay.
No problem.
Catch you next time.
Yep,
How
laters.
cool. Thanks.
All right, next up we're gonna check in with John and maybe some fun almond breaks. I'm hoping for almond breaks.
Hey, maybe we will. Yeah, I've got two things actually, so I think we'll get to that. So first I want to show, this is a little web server running on our Feather ESP32 S2 with the TFT built in. So that's, I can't open it easily without a screwdriver right now. But I've made a little case for it, and there's just a battery, LiPo battery behind there, and I added a switch for enable, which is hilariously large compared to the rest of it, but there you go. And this can serve up a web page, either on your network. You can give it credentials and it'll jump on your network, and then you can get to this with another device. So the web page I'm serving up here is Wordle. This is the scraped version of the original Wordle. And one of the nice things is when there's no network access, it'll turn into its own sort of ad hoc network access point, and it'll just print on there the name of its own Wi-Fi and its own password. Then you can just log directly onto it. So it's a way to kind of carry around a web server that's got, you know, whatever the range is of this, you know, 20 feet, 30 feet, I'm not quite sure. But kind of a cool little gizmo for serving up a web page wherever you go, even when the rest of the internet isn't there for you. So I'm working on a guide for that. It's just about done. We're just going to add some instructions for people on how to scrape one of the sort of open source clone versions of Wordle as an example. But again, it could be any file that you want to serve up. So that's that guy. And then the other one that you alluded to is I had done a audio playback gizmo using a Trellis M4 as a prototype. But Lamore asked me if I could actually make it just a breadboarded thing. So this is the one I've come up with. I'm doing it on a perma-proto just so it stays together a little better for me, but it's our KB2040. And I've put 8 of our nice little tactile buttons on here. A small little RC circuit for filtering the audio, and our little stereo 3.5 millimeter audio output. And then I just have it plugged into a little amplifier over here. I just got the code, some version of code running on this right before the show, so I don't dare touch these buttons because they'll crash it. These last 4 are pointing to WAV files that didn't actually get onto the drive when I was uploading. But these right now are just set to instantly start these different versions of the Amen break. So that's just like some cut within it.
Oh, I love that so much.
The version that I'm going to work towards is actually what I had shown on the Trellis M4, which is an idea that Toddbot had come up with, which is these all are matched. Every version of them match, and you can also have one hits. They all start playing as soon as the device boots up, but they're all muted. And so the buttons just flip the mixer. So CircuitPython has this really great feature inside of Audio.io called Mixer, and it allows you to not worry about syncing things. The WAV files just sync because they were edited that way. So they're all playing, but that means that you can hold one down, play it, and then come in on perfect time on other ones, play one hits when you want. So it's that's what I'm going to feature in the guide, is kind of how sweet this audio mixer is. You can play a ton of, I think I had 32 of them playing before on a different device.
Wow.
Just plays
how awesome.
Those WAV files right off of memory. There's very little overhead with waves, and so they play back great, and you can use some buttons to hear what's happening with them. That'll be a different version than this, and maybe I'll have options in there for people who want to play with the different versions of it. So,
dude, I think every song sounds better with almond breaks.
Really
every song has them in there.
I don't know how
Right,
it works, but it
like,
somehow works. I
because
forgot what we were watching that was like totally not drum and the Apple event. Like out of nowhere, that one commercial with the for the studio, like it just starts almond breaking out of nowhere. I'm like, dude, that match is so good.
I have a really good. I took the Funky Drummer James Brown and cut that into like 128 slices, and that's a really fun one to use too, because there's a lot of vocal samples that you can cut into it.
Oh man.
So that's what I'm working on.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
So that'll be on the workshop tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably show this and some other stuff tomorrow, and be working on a guide for this one. So
Awesome. We'll
Cool.
be there. We'll be tuning in. Thanks so much, John.
All right, JP. Check with you later.
See ya.
Bye. Okay, next up, we're going to check in with Jeff.
Jeff.
Hey,
Hello,
Jeff.
and boy, I'm glad JP did not ask me whether his idea or Toddbot's idea would work, because I would have said no, it won't go that fast. So I'm just super excited to see that project working, and that's really cool. But anyway, as per usual, I'm going to talk floppy drives. So I've got my Apple Disk 2 disassembled, and I'm doing some modifications that are going to hopefully let us archive our Apple II disks with Flux Engine hardware on the PC. So my addition is this little sensor here, which is on a 3D printed riser and attached with some sticky tape that can sense this wheel going around, which is the rotation of the disk. And you see this little gap in the tape that I added. And so basically then we can monitor the speed of the disk and the rotation of the disk, and it helps with getting the image right onto the computer. And so I've just got some temporary wiring out. This is a reversible mod. You just unsolder these little guys, nothing is cut. And then this signal wire, the blue one, goes to the prototype board that I've got over here. So yeah, trying to get the data off of kind of those heirloom Apple II diskettes that some of us have from, you know, junior high school or whenever our lives intersected with those computers. But having fun and starting to get some good results, and I'll keep showing you as it goes along.
Awesome. Yeah. Please
great.
stop or keep coming by.
All right.
Printing saves today. Yay.
Yes.
Thanks so
All
much,
right,
Jeff.
thanks, Jeff.
All right.
Okay, next up, we're going to check in with PaintYourDragon.
Philly.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi there. Been working on an LED thing. And
Are you going to show us the face?
yeah, this does not photograph well, unfortunately. You know, video and RGB matrices just don't play nice together.
Oh,
But
yeah.
what it will be, I don't have the actual hardware here. There will be 6 square matrices, and you form them into a cube. And it's basically like if globes were square, it would be a rotating globe on the cube. And anything that you have as a UV texture map can work with this. And fortunately, like NASA has all these free like planetary textures that they're just free. You can take them. But also if you Google search for unwrapped face, you can find, it's like nightmare fuel. Don't search for that unless you want nightmares. You can find facial texture maps that can also be mapped on a sphere, or in this case, a cube. And the reason, like this one has the north and south poles are at the points of the cube. And so you get this weird little zigzag sine wave thing going on. And then there's a different way where it's just, you know, flat. You know, the top and bottom of the cube are the poles. So it'll work either way. And it looks rock steady in person, but just on video, sorry, it's all flickery. And so, hey, you guys get to photograph that guide. So good luck with that part.
I think it's either 25 or 30 for the shutter speed, I think
It's
is what we always
tough,
have
Yeah,
to use.
you're gonna have to go strange with that one.
Yep. But yeah, it looks so cool, especially the
I got the animation
unwrapped UV.
super buttery anti-aliased.
Yeah, you can definitely see that even through the refresh rate going all crazy. Well, awesome. Yeah. Well, I think we forgot to respond to the way you wanted to do the mapping on the cube, and yeah, we agree. I think that's the way to go. But we'll respond in the base camp.
Yeah, I because it's super persnickety. You got to line up all these matrices just right, and so it's just like, here's the way it's going to be. You know, because trying to walk someone through a different layout would just be dreadful.
Nightmare.
So you just got to lay down the law and say, here's how your matrices are going to go.
Yay. All right, cool. We'll keep working on it. Thanks so much, Bobby.
Thanks, Phil. Okay, next up, we're going to check in with Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Hello.
Hello. I'm going to share my screen. I've been working on a video synth with Raspberry Pi and processing. So this is a little demo I've got going where I have this USB mic hooked up to Raspberry Pi. So basically the number of lines there on the screen are affected by the volume that's going in. And this is just one of the motion demos that comes in with processing. And then I have 3 pots connected to an MCP 3028, 3008. And when I turn those pots, it changes the color of the lines with RGB values.
Hey.
So one of them is controlling red, the other one's green, blue. So yeah.
Sweet.
And with yellow.
And I think I heard the meeting there's going to be some sort of pizzas and cats and
Maybe.
All sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, this is great.
Okay. So
Awesome,
it's
yeah.
experimental right now, but
Looks fun.
eventually in some form coming soon.
We got to have JP do his little almond break to that. See what images come up.
There you go.
Yes, perfect application.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, Liz. Good progress.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good
Next up, we're going to check in with Mattthemaker. Matt, if you want to get ready, we'll call you in. Here we go. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, in 2018, I made this wearable with the Pi Zero W. I rebuilt a new one with the Pi Zero 2. I have the camera and display, camera adapter, and then the camera cable goes around the back. These 2 cables are HDMI and power for the display. And then on the back, I have an audio hat connected to a bone conduction transducer. And I wrote a program to launch certain actions with a gamepad. So I have one set up over here. You can launcher starting. This is my launcher or my menu program, which is based on the PyCam API. So you can go through the options. This is face and eye detection, record video with audio, live stream to YouTube, RetroPie, Kodi, which I have add-ons for YouTube and Netflix and stuff. And then this is the camera program from PyGlass V1 that I rewrote to accommodate the gamepad. So what you can do is you can zoom in. You can use the D-pad to pan up and down, left and right. You can reset the zoom. You can take a picture by holding the button. And you can record silent video by holding the B button.
Cut.
Wow, that's fully featured. Well done.
If you want more information, it's in this month's issue of Magpie.
Sweet.
Oh,
That's
cool.
excellent. All right.
All
Congrats on that. That's
Yeah,
really
that's
cool.
so cool. And of
Thanks.
course, it's oh dang it, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Lost your train of thought.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
too
that-
cool. His mind was blown.
I know, it's completely blown. That's so cool.
That's great. Well, it's
Awesome,
great to see you
yeah.
again, Matt.
Yeah,
Thank
come
you.
back with more updates.
All
So
right.
cool.
I will.
Check you next
Bye.
time.
And I think that's gonna do it for the show and tell.
Yeah.
So-
We normally say don't go anywhere, but Lamar and Phil will be back tomorrow. So
Yes.
I think the same time around 8 p.m. Eastern
Mhm.
time. So if you guys want to tune in, they'll be in the chat rooms. Yeah, we'll be in the Discord for a little bit, but until what do we usually say next time? Take care and
Good luck with your maker endeavors. And until then,
make a great day.
see you tomorrow.
Bye, folks.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming on. Whee!